Hey, welcome back everyone. Well, as you can see, I got a brand new battery here. Got this on Amazon. It's the lowest price AGM battery I could find, and I think it'll work. I hope so anyway. It's for this car right here. This is a 2006 TDI Beetle. I call it a diesel Beetle. And there's plenty of videos on how to replace a battery in these Beetles. I don't know if there's one on a TDI or not. Anyhow, I want to show you a few things that give me a little trouble that you may not have been able to see very well on some of the other videos. First of all, if yours has never been touched, you probably got a cover over this part here, and you probably have another cover over the battery itself or on the sides of it. And I'm not sure that I have one or not. Anyway, the thing is with these, is moving this has to come off the battery and it has to flop over this way, and then this plug has to come loose so you can take this air box out so you have room to flop this over. So if you can remove this plug, and I had a lot of trouble with this, and this is what I found that's not shown very well. Okay, what you have to do, this plugs in like this, but underneath it is this piece right here. This has to be pulled back with your fingers or finger, and if you pull it back enough, you can pull this off like that. All right, the next dilemma that you may not notice is this box right here. Now this box has to slide off. Okay, I've already got, this is the next part that needs to come off. Now I've already got this loose, and I'm trying to put it back on to show you how I got it loose, and it doesn't want to go back on, which is about right. So anyway, I'm going to slide it off, and I can show you, once it's on there, you need to push down on this tab right here, that tab right there, and that allows this box to slide off like this. Okay, that's loose. Now, I've got to take the hose clamp loose. There's two 10mm screws, or bolts, excuse me. There's one back there, one back there, and another one right down there. And you can take the air box loose once this hose is slid back. Then the rest is 10mm. You can take this off if you want to. If you can get to this one, take it off. And then the negative one's right in there. That's the terminal for the negative, and of course the positive. Then it's a matter, I believe, of lifting the battery out or the whole battery box. I'm not sure. But that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take the air box loose, two bolts, slide the hose back, and see what we got. Okay, I used a little shop towel to get over the bolt. I thought I could pull the bolt out with it, but it didn't want to come, so it's sitting in there loose. It may stay with the thing, I don't know. This one here, they never really tightened it down, or they just set it over the top, or something went wrong there. I don't know what. Maybe they broke it, whoever was in last. But I might be able to get the air box out now. I'm going to go ahead and try. Okay, more snags. Seems to be a little vacuum hose going right there. So I'm going to get a pair of needle nose and pull that off. Okay, there's what it looks like with the air box off. Anyway, that piece right there kind of held it in, so just a clue for the next person doing it. Before you take the terminals off, make sure you got the radio code somewhere so you can reprogram your radio if you have a vehicle that needs to be doing that. This one might be new enough that it holds it in its memory and I won't have any trouble. But I do have the radio code, I believe. Other than that, you can put a battery tender on it. Maybe hook it up through your port for the scan port, data link connector port, and they make special things for that. Buy them on Amazon fairly cheap. And it'll keep power supplied to the system so you don't lose your battery or any of your other settings in your vehicle. But I've got these loose now, and I should be able just to set them off. Okay, there's another piece of plastic right back here. Just slides up and off and allows you to move your wires out of the way, hopefully. Put it under there, maybe that'll hold it. Now, what do we have here? Okay, as soon as I figure out how to get this cover off and out of the way, maybe without taking that loose, I can get this cover off. I don't know. Out of the way. Not real sure here. Well, you can always break it like I do. Anyway, I'm going to work on that so I don't break it anymore and see what I can do. Okay, the bolt holding the battery down is a 13. I broke my cover. I fished this battery plate out with the magnet from my flashlight. This one right here. Okay, this bolt here is a Torx number 5. Holds a reservoir loose now so I can move it a little bit. And here it is here on the tool. Okay, I just shoved this out of the way since I've broken it. Might as well use it to my advantage. It's just broken one little piece right here. Still connected. Anyway, by this being loose, I was able to push it out of my way and tilt the battery. As I lifted it out, I tilted it out. And here it is. Yeah, tilted it up like this. And then both hands lifted it out. Now, I got to put that one into this. Okay, this here is a battery shield that goes around the battery to keep it heat away from the engine. I'll keep the heat from the engine away from the battery, I mean. And look here, I was right. This is a smaller battery. Wow, that might make going in easier. Time to tilt it back up, set it back in. The heat shield is on from this one here. Here we go. I need 2 hands so the camera's gonna hide. Okay, I got it in and I folded these back up, but I gotta put this plastic piece back, hold the wires, and on the back side here, of course, you remember that. Anyway, it's basically a problem with putting it all back together again. There's a hole here. You see that? Right there. And there's a tube on the end of the airbox, which allows this to, most likely, I want to make sure that's out of the way, be able to make that airbox be able to go in there. So, get this plastic piece on and put it back together and see what we got. Okay, she is back together. Now the only thing I need to do is start it. See if I have a radio. That little fuse holder right there on top of the engine. If you have trouble sliding it back in place, use a little silicone on each side. And silicone spray. And that should do it. I don't have any tools left under there that I can see. Everything's back together. Like I said, all I gotta do is get in there and start it up. Hopefully start it up and hopefully be able to turn the radio on. Here goes. It's a bunch nicer on the inside than it is on the outside. Outside paint's taking a beating. I keep it covered, as you can see. Anyway, let me get in here. Okay, this is a 2006 TDI 5-speed diesel Beetle. And it does have some punch to it. Anyway, the glow plugs are off, I think. And I'm going to push the clutch pedal in, which I've done. I like to hold it in when I start it. Here we go. It sure don't spin over like a Chevy or a Ford. Of course, it's cold as heck out here. Anyway, at least the sun's out. Yeah, I let it sit too long and I got some lights coming on here. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it warm up some and I'm going to move it. And that's that. My battery was a success. Oh, wait. I don't know if my battery was a success or not. I don't know. Where's the radios? Right here. Oh, looky there. We got radio. So my codes were stored in the memory of this 2006 TDI 5-speed Volkswagen Beetle. Bug. I would like to call it a diesel Beetle. So anyway, everybody, thanks for watching, and until the next video, if you want to do some exploring, change the battery in one of these. And hey, all you HHR fans out there, I still got mine, but don't be complaining about that battery in the HHR no more. I'm telling you, that's a piece of cake to one of these. Okay guys, stay well and bye for now.